Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be very exciting because I am going to be showing you, I'm going to be doing a first impression of the new Christmas collection by Kiko Milano, or their holiday collection. It is called the Holiday Premiere collection. I got a bunch of things and we're going to try it out, so let's get into it. So I have to say, my first impression when I saw this collection was that it is absolutely stunning. The packaging that they did this year looks beautiful, it looks luxurious. Just the style that they chose I am a big fan of, and it all feels quite heavy and weighty. It feels really nice. I do have to say they upped the prices a little bit for this collection. I don't know if they did the same last year, but it's a little bit more pricey. It's a little bit more on the pricey side. Be aware of that. Like, they know that people are gonna buy this. They know that this is gonna be a popular collection, and the prices show that. But also part of it is that this is a packaging type style that they haven't done before. Sometimes they do recycle a little bit. Okay, let's dive in. I tried to grab things for like a full face, and we're just gonna start off with the first thing, which is this Holiday Premiere Glossy Lip Oil. They have this in 3 shades, and I got the shade 02 Luxury Mauve. And this is a light pinky lip oil in kind of like this square type of packaging with a golden metallic cap. It looks pretty nice. I do have to say, this doesn't hold much product. Like this holds like even less than half from what their 3D Hydra lip glosses hold. Like, I was checking it in the store because I was looking at this packaging and it seems pretty big, but then when you look at the actual inside of the Wholesale Glossy Lip Oil, you can see that it is like, the glass is thick. So I still wanted to try it out. I still wanted to show you this one, but if I personally would have been shopping just for myself, I don't know if I would have picked this up because it's just 3 milliliters and that is not a lot. This one smells very, very sweet. It's very much like a vanilla scent, which I do enjoy. It is quite nice. I am just gonna apply this on my lips. They feel a little dry. Let's see what this does. This lip oil almost feels a little like stiff, a little thick. It is a very interesting formula. I don't know how to feel about this. It's very different from any other lip oil that I've ever tried. It does feel like a hydrating layer on the lips. It is just not as liquidy or oily. It is quite like, feels quite a bit like a gloss actually. It's very interesting. I'm just gonna leave this on. I'm just gonna see how it feels throughout applying these products. Let's move on to something we could already see in the gift sets that I did a video on. I did a video on their Holiday Premiere gift sets where they had some new things in there, but also a lot of like older things they have in their regular collection. One of the things they had in there, it was the Holiday Premiere Made to Shine eyeshadow palette. And I was already telling you in this video that I really thought that this looked very interesting. I got the color 01 color Symphony, and this is the purple one. So this packaging, I really love this kind of duochrome style. It's like white but golden at the same time. Like, I really like what they did with this. The actual inside, we have the 4 colors, a purple, a blue, kind of like a grayish shade, and then a, I don't know, more taupey type of shimmer. These are 4 shimmers. I would personally use this as kind of like an accent palette. We've had kind of accent palettes like this before in their ethereal eyeshadow palette range. That was from the Holiday Fable collection, and I really love that palette, so I was really excited. I really want to try this. There's also another one with more like warm tones, like a little bit bronzy, orangey, reddish, which I also really like the look of, but this is really up my alley, so I really want to try this one. When I swatched these, I felt like they felt really interesting. There's something very smooth, very creamy about them, but then when you apply them, like when you swatch them, it actually looks quite sparkly, but there's nothing, like, it doesn't feel like a sparkly shimmer when you touch it. I'm just gonna use the Side by Side Nude Palette Baby to put a little bit of something in my crease. Just a little bit of a base. I don't want it to overpower the shimmers, but I just want to add a little bit of a shadow to kind of ground the look. And I'm using the shade Dada from the palette. I think I want to try some of the colorful shades because To me, Kiko Milano doesn't do a lot of colors. Like they like to keep it safe. So I want to see if they did something here that I will enjoy. So this is a more purpley blue and it looks amazing on my finger. Let's see. I feel like these are gonna be really ethereal, kind of sophisticated but still sparkly eyeshadows. They have something really festive but still like almost soft about them. I'm just building it up a little bit. Like these are buildable, but you can also apply them kind of sheared out if you're not that into super bright color. I can imagine this would work as well for people who want a little bit of a pop, a little bit of a softer color on the lid. I'm just blending it into the crease a little bit as well. Gonna take a fluffy crease brush, kind of blending that. Don't blend it too far, but just blend it in together a little bit. Wait, I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit of the warmer purple, still cool tone purple, but a little bit less blue. Also looks amazing on the finger. Let's see. Very cute, but also just a little soft. Maybe this could be interesting with a little bit of a spritz or glitter glue just to give them that little bit of help to really become sparkly. So those are the two colors. It looks kind of smoky, I have to say. Maybe it's also the color that I chose to put in the crease. There's something smoky about them. I feel like I need something a little extra. I feel like it's a little like dull almost, a little too toned down. So I'm gonna take the more silvery shade over here and I'm gonna put that in the center just to light it up a little bit. I hope it's not gonna overpower the purple. Don't know, I feel like this doesn't have enough shine to give that the effect that I was looking for. It does look a little better. I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of that shade and put it in the inner corner as well with a pencil brush and see if I can kind of lighten up the look that way. Just a little bit over here. Don't feel like that really lightens up my look. Still a little too smoky, I think. But that's also what I was expecting from this palette. I'm gonna add a little bit of the matte shade that I put in the crease. I'm gonna put this shade, the lower lash line as well, just a little bit. And I'm gonna take the last shade from the palette that I haven't used, this one, and see if I can use that on the lower lash line with a pencil brush. If it sticks. Okay, I like this. I like this one like this. It's subtle, but I think it's kind of cute. Okay, so I cleaned up under my eyes a little bit. I put on some mascara and we're gonna move on to the bronzer that I bought. And the bronzer that I bought is the Holiday Premiere Enchanting Duo Bronzer in 02 Warm Honey. This is the only shade that I could find in the store. I actually went to 2 Kiko stores and I bought this at the second one because the first one didn't have this bronzer. People had already bought a lot of things. I don't know if it was already sold out. In the end, I got my hands on it. So this is what the packaging looks like. The same packaging as the eyeshadow palette. Could get a little bit confusing in your makeup stash, but that happens more often with Kiko Milano. So they have this kind of, I don't know, what would you call this? Kind of like duo design. Almost looks a little braided. We have a cool tone bronzer and kind of like a neutral warm tone bronzer, 2-in-1 in this little compact. It smells, this one smells like ginger and orange, and it is very, like, you can really smell it. Like, this is a very scented Kiko Milano product. They like to do things with scents with their products, and this is definitely one of them where you're like, wow, that's strong. Okay, let's apply this one. When I swatched it, I actually thought that this looked like such a nice shade. So let's see. I thought that it looked quite nice and cool toned and like quite a good winter shade. Not too cool toned, not too warm toned. I feel like that looks pretty nice. It's just that my skin is a little uneven on that side. So let's do the other side. This cheek is a little better. I feel like this is just the standard Kiko Milano matte bronzer formula. The one I know and love, the one that I already have in my collection like 6 times over. It is just very skin-like, easy to blend, not too matte, but also not shiny. Just a very reliable formula. I feel like I've never really gone wrong with bronzers that I've bought from the Kiko Milano limited editions. I've gone wrong with bronzers that I have bought from their regular line, but also because I bought the wrong shade, so it wasn't all Kiko's fault. I just couldn't shade match myself online. Okay, so this is quite a nice bronzer. I like it. It's nice. Let's move on to the next product, and that is the Charming Duo Blush. It has the golden outer box, and then we have the gold and white packaging once again, mostly white. And the blush that I got is the Charming Duo Blush in 02 Mauve appearance. There's also another one that I couldn't see in store. This was the only shade that I could personally find in store, and this is quite a bright berry shade. Like, this is quite an out there shade for Kiko Milano. I feel like it's quite something. So I don't know about the other shade. I feel like it's a little bit more, look at the pigment, peachy pink. Okay, let's see if I can make this work. If this is not too bright, trying to lightly blend it. Okay, that went quite well. I dipped in twice and I could quite easily blend that out. It's a similar formula to the bronzer, I would say. It's also matte. It is just this pretty standard matte formula by Kiko Milano that looks skin-like, that looks kind of like smoothing and perfecting, but there's not really shine to it. But like, if you have some natural like shine in your skin, you can still see that through it. I feel like this is quite a natural blush for it being such a bright shade. Like, this is with the blush, this without the blush. I quite like it. Yeah, I don't feel like applying this is too much of a hassle for my pretty fair skin tone. It's quite easy to pick up, like, not too much, and to blend it out. I think that looks pretty cute. I think it's a good winter shade, like this very berry kind of, you've been walking out in the cold kind of shade. You're flushed, walking in a snowstorm. I don't know. I think it looks good. Then the next one, where did I put it? Okay, then the next one is the Pearly Duo Highlighter. This is in the shade 01 Spotlight. There are 2 highlighters that are powder, and there are 2 highlighters that are liquid. I didn't buy the liquid one because I thought I personally wouldn't use it, but they swatched really nicely, so I think they're gonna be nice. If you like a liquid highlighter, I would say check it out. Like, they swatch beautifully. This is the packaging of the highlighter. It is more of a golden version of the other packagings. I think it looks cool. I really like this one. On the inside, we once again have this kind of like, what's this pattern? Like this braided pattern. This is the lighter shade. It's a little bit more on the pinky pearly side. It looks quite promising. I usually really like the highlighters by Kiko Milano. I'm just gonna take my highlighter brush from Luna Beauty and Laura Lee, the collab, and let's see. Okay, this definitely is quite a light shade. You can definitely see the pearliness. I feel like it's a bit more on the subtle side. It's a little bit less of a wet look highlighter. What you sometimes see from Kiko Milano, it's a little bit more of a like subtle powdery highlighter almost. Like, it still looks really nice. I really like this cheek. Just the way that it looks when I turn my head. But I do feel like I have highlighters by Kiko Milano that really like blew me away, that I really loved at first application, and I think this one is nice. Just blending this in a little bit with the blush because the blush is so bright. I want it to be like a stripe. Oh wait, what I wanted to do is put a little bit of this highlighter in my inner corner because I feel like I need a little bit of brightness there. Just a little dark. So just adding a pop of this. I feel like that is what I need to kind of make this look a little bit more complete. Okay, so I did my brows. We're almost done. I want to try this Holiday Premiere lipstick and gloss duo. I'm gonna take off the lip oil. I have to say it's a very interesting lip oil. I feel like this one is gonna stay put quite long, and it's gonna be like this layer of hydration. It feels like that, but it's just something kind of not sticky, but kind of almost tuggy about it. It's very, very interesting. So I feel like this 2-in-1, it is pretty similar looking to the 2-in-1 lipstick and gloss that we had in the Valentine's Day collection, I believe. Those were sold out so quickly. Like, people ran to the store for those, and I feel like that's gonna happen with these as well. I feel like they saw the success and decided to repeat it in the same year. Like, they did it pretty quickly. So let's see, we have the lipstick side with this really cool embossing, very similar to what we see on the packaging, like in the imprint of the other products. This is kind of like the theme of the collection, this kind of braided pattern. I get the shade 02, and this one is Unique Brown, and it's kind of like a cool tone brown. It is a very interesting type of brown, so I would say that is a shade name I can agree with. And yeah, I'm gonna just apply the lipstick first. Feels very nice, very creamy. Picks up darker on camera than it is here in real life. But that is a really cool shade, a really nice cool tone brown. I'm gonna see if I can find a lip liner to kind of like make this look a little bit more neat before I apply the gloss. All right, let's apply the gloss side, which looks a little bit more mauve-y than the lipstick. This time around, there's no shimmer in the gloss. It is just a cream gloss. Alright, I really like the way this looks, and I really like the way this feels. Like, very smooth, very shiny, not too slippery. I think this looks really cute. Alright, I feel like this became quite smoky and a little moody. Like, it's winter, it's Christmas, it's holiday, but it's also a little bit like grungy almost. Of course, that's also the products that I picked, but I quite enjoy how this look came out. Like, everything together, I'm quite a fan of it. Let's go over everything. Let's discuss. First up, the lip oil. I feel like you don't need multiple shades. Like, this doesn't really have color to it. I feel like you're paying for the vibe. It's a nice lip oil, but it's a little expensive. Like, I feel like for what you're getting, the amount you're getting for this price, it is pricey. So if you don't mind that, if you're like, I'm not gonna go through that, then I would say it's a nice one. But if you are like, I'm gonna put this next to me on my desk and use it every day, then maybe buy another one. Like, there are so many amazing lip oils that have much more product in them than this. So it's not my favorite, but now that I have it, I'm gonna use it because I do like it. Then the Enchanting Duo Bronzer, I really like it. I like the shade, I like how it looks on my skin, how it blends out. It's just a very nice, very, very reliable matte bronzer. Nothing crazy about it, just really nice, just really beautiful. Then the color Symphony eyeshadow palette. I have to say, I really like the way my eyeshadow looks now, but it is a little bit less sparkly than the ethereal eyeshadow palette from the A Holiday Fable collection, and I think I do prefer that one over this one. Like, this is nice, it is pretty, it gives a really nice ethereal look. I can see myself combining this with different things, but it just misses a hint of sparkle for me to be perfect. I personally would need just a tad more from them, just a tad more, like bringing a light to the face. Like, it feels a little bit flat on the eyes to me, if I'm being like really nitpicky. Also because it's a little bit more expensive. I want to be honest with you if it is worth it or not. Then we have the highlighter. I think it looks really nice on the cheeks. It is a bit more of that powdery formula. It's not a Baked Gelée formula, it's not a wet look formula, but it does look really cute. It's just a little bit more subtle for Kiko Milano, but it still has something creamy about it, which makes it quite easy and nice to apply. Then the Charming Duo Blush. Even though this is quite a bright and out there shade, I feel like it was really easy to apply. It looks really nice on the cheeks. I think this is a really fun blush, something that I hadn't seen before. Like, sometimes I just feel like we get a mauve blush and we get a peachy blush. We get a mauve blush and we get a peachy blush. And that is what they do. And this is just a little different and I love it. And I think it looks really cute. And then lastly, what I'm wearing on my lips right now, the 2-in-1 lipstick and gloss. I feel like it's a really nice shade. I feel like it looks really nice on lips. I'm really enjoying this one. It is a good formula and yeah, very comfortable. Like, my lips, I cannot imagine them feeling dry with this product on. I think this is gonna be my personal favorite. I think I like this the most. So all in all, I think this is a really nice collection. They did a great job with the packaging. All the products that I've tried were really nice quality. I feel like though they played it a little bit safe with the formulas this time around, at least with what I've tried. But it's just like their reliable formulas that we're used to from Kiko Milano and kind of like this holiday vibe so that you can buy some cute makeup that you know you're gonna like for this time of year. So I really like it, but I don't feel like this is an absolute must for everyone. It really depends like how much you want that holiday vibe. Okay, this is gonna be everything for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and don't forget to subscribe, and then we'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.